Don't fucking pull out on me, please. I don't want to kill anyone today. Where's all the traffic gone? Fucking hell, I don't know what that was then. Mate, that is bright. Jesus. Look at this. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I apologise in advance for the my voice in this video. I'm wearing a balaclava underneath my helmet, and I feel as though it might restrict certain mouth movements and therefore certain words. Oh, but who gives a shit, eh? Who gives a shit? Oh, fucking hell. No, that's a Jaguar Land Rover delivery he's got to make there, isn't it? But there's a lot of money riding on that. Fucking hell. Don't really want to rear end this Fiesta, if I'm honest. You fucking kidding me? Why have you got such a sporty car if you drive like a cunt? Oh, it's the road of death. The road of death, despair and misery. Not that I'm scared of death. I don't see the point in being scared of death. It's something that I've never sort of... Obviously when you're a kid you're scared of it, you know, but... As I grew older I thought, why, you know, why are people scared of death? Because it's an inevitability. And it's something that, once it's happened, you can't be sad about it. Or you can't miss anything, because you're not there. You no longer exist. Because you've died, you now cease to exist. So you can't feel anything, you can't miss anyone, you can't be sad because you're dead. You can't feel sort of disappointed that you're missing things or anything like that. It's like I saw this thing on the Lad Bible, Top Lad. Basically they interviewed this guy, or someone did, it probably wasn't the Lad Bible, but they'd interviewed this guy who died twice. Once he died during an operation or something, and the other time he died of a drug overdose. And basically they were asking him what it was like to be dead. And I've seen a few sort of interviews like this, and they always have the same answer. Like my mother knew someone who died while swimming, drowned, but was brought back to life. And they always say the same thing. It's just like not being there. It's just blackness. There's no thoughts, no feelings, no... You know, no nothing. It's just you don't exist anymore. That's it. You're done. You can't be sad. You can't miss anyone. There's no sort of white light or anything. Which is why I've never really had a... Or at least in my teenage years to now, is why I've never really had a sort of a fear of death. Obviously when I do go, ideally I'd like it to be quick and painless. But other than that, I'm not really too bothered. Obviously if a car came screaming towards me at 60 miles an hour, I'd shit myself. You know, so I'm not going to think, oh, it's alright, I'll just be dead. I'm not that like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't be scared of death at all, because, you know, it's a perfectly plausible fear that most people have. But the way I see it is it's an inevitability anyway. And from, you know, personal accounts from other people, they've said it's just nothing. There's no feeling, no thinking, no anything anyway. It's just blackness and that's it. So why... But that's the way I look at it. I mean, I've got the same sort of thing about Armageddon. Thanks, mate. I've got the same sort of mindset about that. It's like, well, why are you scared of the world ending? I mean, because fuck you. Why are you scared of the world ending? Because, I mean, everyone's going to be dead. Everyone's going to have this blackness and this not feeling anything. The world has ended. There's nothing to be sad about. You can't be sad about it because it's not there anymore. You're not there anymore. You cease to exist. So I'm not scared of, you know, Armageddon or the apocalypse. Obviously, I think there'd be a If we knew the world was going to end in 12 hours, you know, everything was just going to stop in 12 hours, the world was to explode or a meteor was to hit or anything, then obviously then there's reason to be sort of scared, because that's a bit... Because then it's all the apprehension and the leading up to it. That everybody would go into a state of sheer panic, and everything would tumble, and everything would... You right, bud? Right? Fucking hell. Nice to meet you. How's your day going? I'm gonna check your tyre pressures for you if you want. Jesus. Can you not run over my foot? I'd like to kick my toes, thanks. Death is fine, but take my toes and, mate, I'll have you. I don't think we're going to get to a point where the world ends naturally. You know, I don't reckon... Well, I mean, look, I don't think we're going to blow up the earth or anything like that, but I think society will crumble before, you know, any sort of natural disaster that destroys the earth and makes it uninhabitable. It'll be something... Because, I mean, if you think about it, the entire world relies on electricity and, you know, the internet and all that. I reckon there's going to be some failure with that completely, and everything will just stop. Because like the stock markets, that'll stop, and that's that fucked. You know, all businesses are immediately fucked. I reckon that's the sort of thing that would happen. But in a way, it would be the best thing to happen to Earth right now, because everybody would go back to the start, wouldn't they? Everybody would go back to survival instincts and, you know, learning to do shit for themselves rather than relying on technology. I'm not saying technology is bad at all. I think it's brilliant. I'm not saying it's bad, but with the way the world is, with our economy and, you know, all of that, it would be best just to start again, which is a shame, really. I think if, because a lot of people think as soon as we run out of petrol, the world's going to end. I don't think that's going to happen. Because honestly, I think that we are going to come up with some sort of synthetic fuel by the time it gets to the point where we run out. I mean, Honda have already made cars that run solely on nitrogen. Is it nitrogen? No, hydrogen. They've already created cars that run solely on hydrogen and produce nothing. The only emission it produces is water. We're safe in that respect. I mean, I know oil sort of... You know, oil gives us electricity as well. But then we've got solar panels, wind turbines, offshore wind farms and all this. You know, it's not the end of the world. We are capable. It's the only reason we're not relying solely on that at the moment is because we've already got all the facilities to use oil to create electricity. We've already got all the facilities to use petrol to create vehicles. Banana, banana. Back onto the death subject. I think honestly I'd rather die myself than have any loved one die. Because at least I know when I'm dead I won't be able to feel sad or miss anyone or anything like that. Whereas if someone I were quite fond of were to die, I'd be a fucking wreck. This is an incredibly morbid subject for a Monday morning. Oh, it's like a fucking high-vis gangbang down here. What the fuck? Bar that guy. Come on in your Vauxhall Mocha. What are you doing? Go! Fuck me! Dickhead.